It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview Savannah Alanzi, who is the Savannah Bananas marketing assistant. How are you doing today?
I'm great, Brandon. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can you talk about how you got started in working in professional sports?
So I actually heard about the Savannah Bananas through a baseball player that played at my college, Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and just kind of like looked at the page, saw what the bananas were about, fell in love with it, thought it was so cool. Then I saw that they had internships, so I figured, you know what, I should apply. I'm from Texas, so I was looking at an internship outside of Texas, and I think my interview process lasted about a month and a half ish, and got the internship. So then I moved to Savannah at the end of May of 2020, and I've been here since.
Can you talk about, of course, what your internship was like working in the digital engagement?
Yeah, so I basically helped Kara, our marketing director, alongside one of the other digital engagement interns, Bry. We would do all of our social media, so like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and then of course making like graphics for those social media platforms, and then to go around the stadium, things like that. My summer project was TikTok. So that's kind of like what I was focused on, where we really took off. We did a great job on TikTok this summer. That's what I did. And then, of course, like helping out during games and like live tweeting or posting updates on Facebook and stuff like that.
Can you talk about, of course, I know with the pandemic, we weren't able to really have minor league sports or sports at all. How was, whenever you were working in the digital media engagement part, how was that like not having sports?
So the Bananas are not a minor league team. We are a summer collegiate baseball team. So we got to play this summer and in front of fans. We obviously couldn't be at full capacity. We had social distancing throughout the stadium. People had to wear masks. We had to wear masks all day. And it was, we are very fortunate to have gotten the chance to play this summer, whereas many minor league teams didn't, or no minor league team had the chance to play. And like most major league teams had to play without fans, but we were fortunate enough to be able to play with fans in the stands this summer. And that was really cool because you did get to have this like fan engagement, but it obviously was different because not as many people were there as normal. But I don't know a normal season with the Bananas with like the stands full. I only know pandemic Bananas and how that worked.
What are some of your roles as the pop culture perm?
As a pop culture prodigy for the Bananas, I basically did our TikTok and Instagram reels. So on TikTok, I was making content to go out every single day. I was engaging with fans on the platform, commenting on other videos on the For You page that I saw, just trying to build like long lasting fans that would support us. And yeah, obviously just making an impact through TikTok. And that, of course, boosted like merchandise sales and like our social media engagement on other platforms, which was really cool.
What is something that you learned now that you didn't know before starting digital marketing?
Um, I think one thing I learned that's probably the most important is how it is super beneficial to engage with fans and have like a brand voice almost on like their social media platforms, because like you see someone, you see like Target and you think like, oh, it's just a brand, but like you see the Bananas and you think, oh yeah, they're the Bananas, but they have like a voice on TikTok, like we're like witty and sarcastic and funny. And so like that's one thing that to my role specifically I learned that is super important, is like it's all about having a brand voice, because then you connect with somebody on the other side of the screen.
Can you talk about, of course, what are some of your plans for this upcoming season with social media?
So yeah, absolutely. I just changed my title to marketing assistant. And so I'll be back again, obviously through the spring and then through the summer for baseball season, for collegiate summer ball season. And I mean, we have some cool things going on in the off season. So like we have an on the road game in March in Mobile, Alabama, which will be fun. We have some random games in Savannah in March with our new premier team, which will be interesting. And that's exciting for us because we'll get like new fresh content in the off season. And then obviously just like looking to grow on all of our social media platforms over the next several months. Whether that be like through making different music videos or like doing new things, coming up with like crazy new content that we haven't done before.
What is the process like to market and to brand, of course, a sports team?
So I guess it's like for us personally, we like having fun and we just want to like put that in everything. Like we're all about like making baseball fun again. And so I guess like through that whole thing, it's like we want to show off our players having fun, our fans having fun, our front office staff having fun. So whether that be we post a picture on Instagram of players doing a crazy dance or like fans having fun doing whatever in the stands, like that's I guess how we give our brand a voice, is like, and how it matches with us personally and like what we believe, is just showing people having fun.
What is a typical game day like at Savannah Bananas?
So we'll get here anywhere between 9 to 11 a.m. depending on the day. Usually there's breakfast for us. We get chicken biscuits or like sausage biscuits. I love the chicken biscuits. We'll sit down. I catch up on every social media thing I missed from the night before, and I'll just go through that, like commenting on other posts or whatever. Typically later on in the day, you will have to make like the lineups and get those scheduled to go out at a specific time. And then I would say around like 3:30, you get dressed, you polo up. So you put your polo and your name tag on, you get ready to go. And then around like 4:30 is whenever things start moving pretty quickly for us. So I usually go outside when the players are warming up and I'll film a couple of TikToks and like steal them during BP. And then around 5-ish, when the gates start to open up, is whenever we start like posting on our Instagram stories showing like all the things that are happening like in the plaza and around the stadium, because it's not just like you're coming to the Bananas to watch baseball game. No, you're coming to the Bananas to like see the stilt walkers and to see the dancing first base coach and all the other crazy things that are happening. So me, Kara, and Bri this summer would go around like capturing everything else that was happening, not just the baseball too. So that's kind of what I do from like 5 o'clock until the game's over, is just show all the other cool things that are going on. And then obviously like updating on the score and like so and so just hit a dinger over the right field wall.
Can you talk about, of course, with running a social media, how important is it to keep up with the memes and stuff like that?
It's super important in my opinion to like obviously know what's going on social media, because you don't want to be like tweeting memes from 2012. Like I spend a lot of my time personally like scrolling and just seeing like what people are talking about, what are things that are trending, songs, sayings, phrases. That goes on TikTok too. Obviously I keep referring to TikTok, but that's like my main focus. I spend a lot of time scrolling on TikTok, but like just for work specifically, just to like see what are funny sounds that people are using and that we can use that can like apply to us. But yeah, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, it's an 11 to like know all the funny memes and like just be up to date on the trends.
What advice would you give upcoming people looking to get into social media marketing on the professional sports level?
I would say it is super important, obviously, like you said, like to know your memes, but like know your stuff and just be passionate about like connecting like fans to the team and like making them feel like they're friends and that they like and know the team. It's just all about like creating those fans for life. And so whether that be like interacting with them through comments or just making something memorable for them, like I think that's something important to realize when you're going into it. That'll make you stick out over like other people that are trying to get the same job as you.
That's wonderful advice. Where can my listeners find Savannah Bananas at on social media along with you?
You can find the Savannah Bananas at the Sav Bananas on all of our social media platforms: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And then if you want to find me, I am at Sav Alanzi, SAVALANIZ on all social media.
Thank you again, Savannah, for your interview, and best of luck as the social media marketing coordinator for the Savannah Bananas.
Thank you so much, Brandon.
You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Savannah, for your interview, and best of luck.
Thank you.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.